Have y'all ever had a watch bill coordinator that just cannot write a watch bill to save their life? Make it make fucking sense!
And this person we're talking about is a Navy sailor currently stationed on a destroyer from what I've gathered. She posts several photos of that, but she seems to be a IT, which typically means they're probably not the dumbest, but she goes after her command in almost every single post. The first one is in civilian clothes, but she makes it no secret her feelings.
Have y'all ever had a watch bill coordinator that just cannot write a watch bill to save their fucking? Because that's me right now. Duty IT, I'm IET, I'm colors, and I'm on MOW. How the am I supposed to stand duty IT? It's a 24-hour watch. And you want me to stand MOW, colors, and IET? Make it make sense.
The Navy, where people do 5 different jobs, none of it really makes sense. And essentially, as long as we play hot potato and people are supposed to be doing 5 things at once and should have duplicated themselves, somehow cloned themselves, who knows? It doesn't have to actually make sense. But apparently, this has been an issue across her entire experience on this one naval ship. And a lot of people are validating her in the comments, and they say this. Gia W says, duty is the reason why I won't do 20 years. And she says, I'm so sick of this S. Someone says, laughs in DD214. And lastly, duty is the main reason I'm getting out after shore duty. Yeah, don't blame them, because duty is not fun. Like, when people look at the Navy, they're like, it's so easy. You're like, yeah, but if you go on a small ship, you could be on duty every 4 days where you're not going home for 24 hours. I don't know any other branch that has duty as much as the Navy does. So while yes, it's the Navy, it's also got its downfalls, and that's one of the massive ones that's there. Now, this crash out does continue on, and it seems that the Chiefs mess is not too happy with her whole situation on TikTok, and they're saying they are not fans of her content because she's kind of calling everybody out. Let's just be honest.
Have y'all ever had your own first class, your own flesh and blood, do you so f***ing dirty? Because that's me right now. What I think is so funny, though, is that I'm always the duty IT for this section, or it's both of us, like, rotating, and he took me off entirely. If you felt insecure in your watch position, you probably should have said something instead of just taking me out and doubling me up. But, I mean, get it, I guess. You know, I thought we were cool, I thought we were Gucci. Now, apparently not, because I got doubled up. The 7 to 12 and the 5 to 7, yourself. Legitimately, go yourself. I'm not doing shit all day, I'm not gonna be in the shop. Go yourself. You can deal with all those contractors. You can deal with the work center. Nope, this is a day off for me. Go yourself. Since you get no anyway. No pussy, no play, no bitches.
Yikes! Telling her boss that she's not going to work. And yes, it does suck being 7 to 12 p.m. and then having to be back up at 5 to stand another watch. Yeah, she's only going to have 4 hours of sleep, you know, but this is where leadership comes into play. And I'm like, are you talking to them? Are you doing anything to rectify your situation to make it a little bit better? She seems pretty vocal on TikTok, so I'm going to assume that she's a little rascally, feisty little firecracker that's there, that essentially is the squeaky wheel that will not shut up, but it only continues further. But back to that chief thing that I mentioned only a couple seconds ago, yeah, she pretty much calls them out blatantly, along with her leadership as well, and says this.
Hi, welcome back. This is part 3, or episode 3, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So, people on my boat, including the Chiefs, have seen my videos. They're not impressed. Do I give a fuck? No. What I do outside of work, outside of uniform, is none of your business. And if you bring it into work, you're the problem, not me. Anyways, this goes out of my TAD sailors, like, sailors that have gone TAD to another service command. How did it feel when y'all got back? Did it feel like, oh, thank God, or, oh, fuck? Because that's how I feel every day. Like, every day I walk into work, I'm just like, this isn't real. This isn't real. Like, I don't work here, right? Like, my brain is still thinking that my TAD command is like my parent command. And then my parent command is like the boat I'm TAD to. Like, I cannot process it. Because sometimes I just sit there and I'm like, I feel like I've been punished. I feel like I've been sent away because I did something wrong. Also, the people on my boat that are watching this, Chiefs included, how does it feel to be a fucking fan? You know, since you feel the need to watch every single one of my fucking videos. And then go on and mention it while I'm at work. When wasn't in uniform, didn't say command, didn't say any names.
Now, apparently through digging, I had to be like, okay, what is going on here? Why is this person so disgruntled or pissed off? They're coming to social media to talk about it, but apparently there's been pay issues, some kind of office politic issues, and some other stuff that are going on. And I'm going to talk about my whole theory on this. But while she does not mention any commands, I see that she was posting photos with the good old Donald Cook command jacket that's there. On top of that, she does have uniforms where she's wearing that. So I'm like, it's pretty easy to put two and two together, especially when you're talking about a ship that only has a couple hundred people on it. Like, you are going to get in front of the audience that you're looking for on social media. Trust me.
I have a fucking bone to pick with my command, and it's not the usual one. So basically, I came back to my boat, right? And the whole plan was that I was gonna be a Mercer Soup, right? If I stayed, right? So they put in my designation letter. It comes back, and they're like, oh, well, she can't be the primary because she's a seaman. Take in mind, I'm a seaman because that command neglected their duties. I was supposed to be in third class last year, which means last September I was supposed to test for second. So why can't I be primary when my whole rank situation is your fault? They're like, oh, she can be the secondary. Mind you, we have someone on the boat, a seaman, who's not the most senior, in their shop running the work center. They are the work center too. So why are we picking and choosing who we make exception for? Like, everybody says, oh, it's not a rank thing, it's not a rank thing. Until it is. Until it is. You want to put me in all these watch positions, like, you don't want to give me the one collateral I want. So why should I do for you when you can't do for me? It's not about rank, but it is. The first 8 months of my command, I got treated like shit because of my rank, which, because of that command, my rank is fucked up, so I got treated like shit, basically, for nothing. Because I should have been a third class the entire time. I got treated like a fucking seaman when I was not supposed to be. But yeah, it's not about rank, for sure. This is why I hate fucking small boy servicemen. Because one, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and two, they can't fucking get their shit together. And three, most importantly, they can't fucking decide. They can't make a decision on how they want to treat everyone. Everybody gets to be treated differently and not equally. Like, make it make fucking sense. I did not work my ass off for a year and a half to be the most qualified in my shop, just for me to get fucked over. Just because I'm a seaman, when that wasn't even my fault. Like, I'm literally the most qualified seaman we've had in my shop in a really long time. But yeah, no, it's not about, you know what, if it's not about rank, then you know what, I'll stay in the watch position. But since it is about rank, I'm not gonna stay in the watch position. You can go fucking shaft yourself.
Unfortunately, as much as she has all these qualifications to be the best at her job, I'm like, now your command is going to see these videos and they're going to be like, cool, we're not going to make you look good on evaluations now when we put you up for things. We're now going to screw you over even further. And it's kind of, it sucks because you have to be the bigger person in some of these aspects. It looks like she obviously cares. You know, under all of this anger, there are things that are there. Like, and I get it. People could be pissed off, like, she's on TikTok. But I'm like, we'll talk about why that is. But it's because she's not being heard. There's some degree of that. There is some degree of her coping skills, and maybe Jen, whatever we're talking about, I'm assuming she could be, aren't really good about communicating those things. But I'm like, it sounds like instead of sitting her down and be like, hey, let's diffuse this bomb. Let's actually make something work for you. You obviously are heated about this. Let's try and make it happen. But instead, who knows? Maybe she's burned some bridges already. But that seems to be apparent because she did talk about rank issues that she was having, and it appears the command kind of screwed her over a little bit. Yeah, be ready for that 1306, which means to transfer commands, UMFers. So, yeah. Unfortunately, pay, rank, respect, all those things are factors. But I do want to say a huge factor here is I know your coping issue here is to go on TikTok, piss off your entire chain of command that has 300 something people in it. I get that. And that sounds like revenge because other people are going to validate you. You get that feedback immediately. It is quick. I understand. Obviously, your temporary assigned duty command is like, yeah, we like you. We'd like to take you. Let's see what we can do for you. So there is some issues there. However, it's like you have to learn to play the game. The game is very hard when you don't know the tools of the game or the moves that the pieces can make. And you are going to be outsmarted and outmoved by just posting TikToks. The reality is you have other tools at your discretion in order to move things faster. I had a sailor that did not get paid or moved up in rank, missed out on E4 pay and all these other things. Guess what? That took 9 months. Command did absolutely nothing. And I gave them opportunities as I led this sailor. And you know what happened? I said, let's put in a complaint to good old IG. You know what IG did? They said, call us personally if you have any more issues with this, because there were people that actually saw this was messed up. And you know how long it took to fix something that took 9 months to fix? Less than 48 hours, because the command actually decided to do something about it. So doing IG complaints, if they're done correctly with your pay situations and stuff, can actually make it better. But it sounds like there's more than just administrative issues that are here. Don't go on TikTok. Don't be dumb. And, you can crash out. And I say this as I've been wanting to crash out on work before because I have this platform. But you know what I don't do? I don't do that. And I've had to bite my tongue. And I've had to swallow my pride to do that. It is very difficult. I know I'm asking you to do a lot. But I'm telling you, TikTok, unfortunately, is a place that's going to cause you more troubles than you focusing your energy towards the things that will get you what you need. Just going to put that out there. But as always, let me know what you guys think about this, Taylor. We've all dealt with leadership issues. We've all dealt with people that suck in the military at some point or another. We've all been in bad situations at some point. But drop some mentorship down there. Whatever you got for this girl.